Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to hold for low kicks with Thai pads. In today's episode, we're going to discuss how to hold for low kicks with Thai pads. And you'll see a lot of different variations, a lot of different styles, and I'm going to break them down for you. And I'm going to give you my opinion on which is the best way to do it. And you're going to have to listen and watch this whole video to know the best way. But those who've been following Bazooka Kickboxing, it's quite obvious my style of holding for low kicks. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe first, and then watch the entire video. So let's get down to how we see people hold for low kicks. Now, the first way you'll probably see the most, okay, and I see which is the best, would be using the lead hand kind of coming behind the leg, okay? So this one is good for catching, good for speed. So if I'm here with Matt, my hand goes in behind, and he's gonna kick there. Okay, so if you put the whole system together with kicking, you can see how nice and quick it is. I can kick upstairs, boom, comes down here, and you can get different angles to hold for kick fighting, right? So that's one of the ways, okay, hands down. Usually the way you would do it is getting your knuckles behind the leg, because a lot of times if your knuckles are on the leg and then they kick the knuckle, and that's where you can get your knuckles, and it hurts you as a pad holder. So a lot of times you see the lead foot being bladed of the person holding, okay? I personally do not like this way of holding. Why? Because one, I'm a kickboxer fighter myself, and I get a lot of elbow pain a lot of times. I'm sure we've all jabbed, had a hyperextension and hurt our elbows. So a lot of these kind of injuries come back. But it also depends on the trust of my partner. If I've been now training with Matt for probably 15 years, so I will hold this way. I'll let him kick my leg because I trust him. I will highly recommend not holding this way if you're holding for someone for the first time. Very dangerous. Watch your elbow positioning, okay? The other thing I don't like about it, a low kick is a power weapon, right? We want to hurt our opponents with it. And sitting here like this, I mean, if you're very experienced at it, I mean, a lot of coaches will say, oh, it's the best way. They're very experienced at it. They know they're fighters. But I feel you can't really get big, strong power on it. And me personally, I don't even like kicking a pad when someone's holding this way, okay? So that is one option, not saying it's bad, but it's one of the ways you can do it. Now, the second way we see a lot of, and what we're gonna see is both hands come down, okay? So if I'm holding here with Matt, what happens is the leg comes down here and they come down. If I hold on, Matt will go southpaw. They can hold down this way, okay? Even my leg this way if I want a little hold, right? So holding down this way. Now, again, I don't like this one personally because one, it's the positioning of my face. If there's a little bit of a miscue from a body kick to a low kick, I just don't like this position I'm in. One, because it might be a little bit, slower. So if Matt kicks, if I want to come up here and then mix up different positioning, right? I can come down and hold this way. Me, it's not comfortable. When I'm a pad holder, I like to be in a position that my striker's opponent will be. So even when Matt say he's in a southpaw, now I'm on him in orthodox, if he's fighting an orthodox fighter, I'm gonna be in an orthodox position. Matt will stay southpaw. If he's fighting another southpaw, I'm gonna adjust and I'm gonna stand in a southpaw because it gives Matt the illusion, the style, and the way of the opponent that he's fighting. So make sure you take that into consideration. So first one here, second one we saw the double hand, right? Not my favorite. Now, another one I used to use is the third way, and you don't really see this one very often. And I actually posted this one on Instagram, and a lot of people were thinking it was crazy to how to do it. So the way we used to do it sometimes is getting down on our knees, okay? Sometimes we'd have the knee here for our balance, and you gotta think it's a lot of power, and we'd even have someone holding the pad holder's shoulders from behind. So standing here, and Matt's gonna go. Now, the good and the bad about this, just like the other. If Matt kicks a little high on the pad, boom, that's gonna come back, smack me in the face, and I'm gonna go it. If he's ripping him as hard as he can, there's gonna be a problem. But if I trust Matt and I control him and he hits more of the bottom of the pad, right? And we can see, boom, yes, now give me another good one. Oosh, okay? You can see how Matt now can develop a lot of power and I'm still in a stationary position, okay? Now, we made it to the fourth way. The fourth, and I'm gonna tell you the best way, and this is what I call my single pad holding. So what I'm gonna do is actually take my hand out of the pads, and I'm just gonna hold the handle. My coach, Paul Minhas, was one of the ones who developed this style, and it was my favorite way. One, it kind of gave me the best feeling of hitting a leg. I personally don't like the big suitcases. They're big, they don't feel like a big leg. The pads where you tie on the legs are a little bit better, but still not my personal favorite because it doesn't feel like a leg. When I'm hitting something and it's this wide, it doesn't do it for me. I need something that feels like a leg and I can grind my shin. If I can't feel my shin land when I'm throwing my low kick, it's not really a good low kick. You need to penetrate the shin into the leg. So the best way to hold for low kicks is with the Bazooka style low kick holding, okay? So holding the handle of the pad, look, it goes right on my hip. Now I have the perfect length of the quad, and now when Matt throws, he can really dig in his shin. Yes, and I can feel it, I can sit into it, and now look how I can transition between all levels of kicks. The first way, okay, look, I can go one, boom, body, boom, head. Look how I can transition between everything so fast because I'm here, I'm quick, I'm vulnerable, I can pick it up. I don't have to bend down, put my face in a vulnerable position. I don't have to put my elbow in a position where I'm scared he's gonna hit me. And the person hitting can hit it as hard as they can. So holding single pad, there's no better way to hold for low kicks. And with all the beautiful calf kicking, right? How else can you hold for calf kicks? Look, I just make a simple adjustment. So if I'm here, look, body kick, boom, quad kick, bang, calf kick. Look, I just was able to transition between all level of kicking very easily and very fast. And not only is it quick, he's getting the best feeling and the best way to dig his shin into the pad. So I just gave you the best way to do it. Mix it in, play around with it. And the other thing about it is you can still mix the punches this way, right? All you have to learn eventually is to be able to mix and match the pad. So if I do jab, low kick, boom, 1, 2, hook, low kick, body kick. So see how I can transition and hold between all three weapons, right? Knees, hook, low kick, body kicks, and head kicks. All right, so play around with this style, and I think your partners are gonna enjoy it as well. All right, so make sure you keep liking and subscribing to Bazooka Kickboxing. If you're already subscribed, hit the bell notification, and make sure you check out the sponsors of the video. We have Perfect Sports Nutrition. Make sure you check the link below to get 20% off. Bazooka 20, we have HayabusaFight.com, BazookaShop.com, and last but not least, BazookaTraining.com. For only $9.99 a month, you get access to bag work, home workouts, tutorials, and a lot of new stuff being added each month, and that's only $9.99 a month. BazookaTraining.com, and we'll see you next time here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA.
Over 1 year in lockdown, an empty gym, a divided community, many questions unanswered.
They're doing the best they can, trying to save their business.
But on one man's 36th birthday, he decided to fight back. Subscribe now for only $9.99 USD a month. BazookaTraining.com.